4 kids shouted from the back of the bus as I got on for my first day of 6th grade. The blood immediately rushed to my face. I was often taunted for being the only Pragya in a school full of Megans, Emmas, Alexes, and Nathans. As I waited for their words to strike, I suddenly realized that they were not steering at me, but rather to a little girl in the front seat wearing a hijab. I was puzzled. I had gotten used to my classmates teasing me, but this was the first time I had seen somebody else going through the same ordeal. My parents consistently stressed the importance of accepting other people's cultures, causing me to believe that while everyone was born into a different home, they still deserved equal respect. So, to the surprise of everyone, my voice rang, "Stop it!" down the bus. The bullies' faces filled with dismay as the years of being harassed finally bubbled over, and I interrogated them about what they got out of hurting innocent people. This was a question that I had often wondered. What benefit was there to bullying another student? As I sat down next to the crying kindergartner, my hands shook, and yet a huge burden was lifted from my shoulders. Realizing that my voice mattered was my first step to self-discovery. My second was being selected into AVID. My AVID journey began the moment I stepped off the bus holding that little girl's hand, although I didn't realize it until now. Over the past 6 years, AVID has taught me to channel this moment into my leadership and to continue to stand up against injustices. It took a few interviews and several months on the waiting list until I was finally selected into the AVID program at my middle school in 7th grade. Most people would have interviewed once, gotten defeated, and moved on. But for me, being in AVID meant a chance at having a better future, something that I could not easily let go. I knew I had potential. I just had no idea how to use it. Because as a student of color, I grew up feeling alienated in my community and school without ever understanding what made me so terrifying to my peers. After being told over and over and over again that immigrants are ruining America, having someone tell me that I could go to college because I was smart and they believed in me was the most overwhelmingly powerful feeling in the world. And AVID gave me that feeling. I remember crying during my final interview. The overwhelmingly feelings of wanting to be an AVID overcame me in that moment. And I promised the 8 adults in that room that if I was selected, I would prove to be the most ideal AVID student ever. They believed me, and I kept my promise. After just a short time in AVID, I stepped up to be a leader during tutorials, had the most colorful Cornell notes, had a planner, asked questions, and volunteered my heart out. I watched myself transform from a shy, dark-haired girl in the corner to student council president, Harvard National Speech finalist, and student representative at the 2016 AVID convention. I graduated in the top 10% of my class and was given the honor of presenting the commencement speech at graduation. Avid gave me the foundation to channel my emotions into building myself a strong future. To me, Avid isn't just some college preparatory class. It's an inspiration, a confidence builder, a lifestyle. And over the years, I have noticed that teachers who enforce Avid strategies in the classroom are much more engaging and organized in their teaching styles. In classes where Cornell notes are required, my peers get forced repetition that in turn leads to higher retention rates and stronger test scores. And by establishing Avid strategies in my own education, I have learned not only to strengthen my learning, but also to pull others onto the path of success. Before Avid, I had no sense of structure in my studies. I didn't know what was worth highlighting or how to take effective notes, and I saw little purpose for all of the knowledge that I was consuming. But my Avid teachers strengthened those skills with pride and patience. Avid doesn't simply teach you to be a good student. No, it teaches you to be an anomaly, to have character, passion, hope, and motivation to overcome any obstacle. It teaches you to be an outstanding individual. So, when talking about Avid, I always go back to the first day of 6th grade, because Avid taught me that in order to lead selflessly, I must first be selfish. I must want to seek change for myself before I can start seeking change for others. Only after recognizing that I matter did I come to recognize the effects that I might have on other people. Avid helped me to see that I need to stop waiting for the doors to open and start reaching to discover them myself. And with that motto, college is not just a dream. It's a living, breathing reality. And I can proudly say that this fall, I plan to attend St. Catherine's University, one of the nation's top all-women's colleges here in the Twin Cities. And I would love to thank them for coming out and supporting me today. And this is all happening because my parents, Roseville teachers, Avid family, and of course, Mrs. Overstar, my own personal cheerleader, always there for me, pushed me to recognize that I should never settle for good enough when excelling is a possibility. I can change the world. And Avid has proved that to me. Thank you.